Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and the Houston Astros lose to the Chicago White Sox 6-3 in the series closer as they tie for the series 2-2. And yeah, I mean, not that great of a performance from the Astros today, as we saw from the last 2 days. Some great baseball played in the last two games by the Astros. And today, the pitching wasn't that great. The hitting wasn't either. The Astros left a lot of runners on base, a lot of runners on scoring position as well. Left 12 men on in this game, had 6 walks as well. Now, I mean, the White Sox left 12 men on as well, but the Astros had about 7 more. The Astros had 7 walks in this game, so a lot of walks to the Astros. So just a really disappointing loss to the Astros with the way they got on base a lot. They just couldn't produce the runs until the end of the game. In the ninth inning, they started driving a couple runs, and they were down 6-1, and it was just too late for these Astros. Let's get into the game. So the Astros lose 6-3, 13-7 on the hit column, 13 for the White Sox, 7 for the Astros. 0 errors in this ballgame. The win goes to Mike Clevenger, who went 5 innings, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. He played excellent in his 5 innings against the Astros. The loss goes to Luis Garcia, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Was really decent in the start of his, but then his it's kind of the same thing with Javi and Jose Urquidy with their starts. Once they got to the end of their starts, they kind of started, to wear down and started to give up a lot of more hits. That's the same thing that Luis did tonight. He only gave up 2 earned runs when he was out there, but he left someone on. Phil Maytoon came in, gave up the hit. So yeah, let's get in the scoring summary. There was scoreless almost through 5 innings. Then Luis Robert Jr. hit a home run to left field, 390 feet, 1-0. I mean, man, he was just an absolute monster in the series on the defensive end with some of the catches he's made this series. It's just unbelievable. I can't wait for the Astros to go on to this next series and not have to play him. Maybe the Astros will get more hits. So he hits one out. Then in the 6th inning, White Sox get some more. Vaughn singled to center. Moncada scored 2-0. Then Colas doubled to left. Vaughn scored. Grandal to third, 3-0. Then in the 6th inning, the Astros make a little bit of a run. The Astros, McCormick gets a walk, and then he stole second base. Maldonado hits a single, and McCormick gets the third, and this is when a wild pitch happens. McCormick scores on Santos' wild pitch. Maldonado's second on a wild pitch by Santos. 3-1 Stros. Momentum starts to happen because the Astros are pitching. Phil Maytoon was pitching really well before that. Got out of a bases loaded situation with no outs. Astros did that twice today, once with Luis and then with Mayton. And Astros got out of a bases loaded, no outs, and then they score a run. Things were looking good, but then in the 8th inning, the Astros gave up one more run with a Anderson double to center. Colas scored 4-1. There's a really not that great of a chance for the Astros to win this game, but if they can get some runners on, maybe pinch hit Jordan, you got yourselves the game. So then Moncada, who's just been unbelievable in this series for the White Sox, he hits a homer to left center. Benintendi scores, and it's 6-1. But that didn't stop the Astros from trying to come back in this game, because 6-1 in the 9th, the Astros were able to get the tying run on base. So it starts with a couple walks for the Stros. You got Cesar Salazar making his first at-bat, pinch hitting for Maldonado. He gets a walk. Then Pena gets a walk. So things are going nicely. Bregman, of course, he strikes out because he's been really bad through the first 4 games. But then Abreu comes up. He gets an RBI single to right. Salazar scores. Pena to third. It's 6-2. Then Hensley. But then you got Kyle Tucker coming up. He crushes the ball to center field. And Luis Robert has an excellent sliding catch, which could have really changed this game for the Astros, but couldn't fall down. What a catch by Robert, though. And then Hensley comes up. He hits an RBI single to right. Pena scores, Abreu to second, 6-3 Astros. Things are still looking good for the Stros. And then McCormick comes up, a 2-2 count, and he strikes out. So the Astros tried, even though they were down 6-1, and made a little bit of a run, got the tying run at the plate, and just couldn't send this one to extra innings. Let's go over the scoring for the hitting for the Astros today. Pena really struggled today. He was 0 for 4, but with a walk in the 9th inning. Bregman, it's basically the same thing as Pena's stats. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but walked in the 5th inning. Pena, he struck out twice, so both of those guys really struggled, but both had a walk. Kyle Tucker, he walked as well in the 1st inning, and then he singled to right in the 3rd. Then Jose Abreu, he had a really nice game. He was 2 for 4, was hit by pitch in the 1st inning, hit a single to right in the 5th inning, and then in the 9th, he hit an RBI single. He had an RBI single that scored Salazar. And then David Hensley, besides his RBI single to right to score Pena in the 9th, he was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and 1 line out. McCormick played really well today for going only 1 for 3. He hit a single to center in the 8th, then walked in the 6th and hit by pitch in the 2nd. He stole 2 bases today. In his first 2 starts, he's stolen 3 bases, which is what he stole 4 bases last season. So in 2 games, he's almost got what he had last season. So McCormick with 2 stolen bases today, a walk, a single, and was hit by pitch. So really nice, productive day for McCormick. Also scored a run, so that's really nice. McCormick went 1 for 3. Corey Julks 0 for 4 today, 3 strikeouts, 1 ground out. Mauricio Dubon got his first hit of the season with a reach on an infield single to shortstop. Besides that, he was 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs, and that was it for Dubon today. Then Maldi with his 2nd hit of the season, really decent day for Maldi. In the 2nd inning, he walked. In the 6th inning, he singled to center. McCormick to 3rd. Really decent performance by Maldonado today. Then pinch hitted was Salazar, who got 1 at bat, his first major league at bat, and it was a walk. So really solid performance by the 2 catchers with Maldi and Salazar. Catchers today, 2 walks, single for Maldi as well. So that was impressive there. So I think for the way Maldonado hits sometimes, I think he really had a solid day. And then there are 2 other pitchers that pitched for the Astros today. Phil Mattoon was excellent today, got the Astros out of a bases-loaded situation. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, given up, 2 strikeouts, was excellent for the Astros. Then the other end pitched the 8th and 9th inning. Seth Martinez, not so great. 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So not really great performance by Seth Martinez, but Mattoon was excellent for the Astros today in his 2 innings of work. So yeah, great performance by Mattoon. Some decent hitting from Abreu, and that was really it. That was really the guy who was really efficient throughout this whole series. He's the only guy on this roster. I believe he's the only guy on this roster that had a hit every. He's the only guy on this on the roster that had a hit in every single game this series. So, Tucker didn't have a hit the first game, but then the last 3 he did. But that's it. So, yeah. Pena could have, but he was 0 for 4 today. But, yeah, you guys have your thoughts on the game for today. Astros lose 6-3. Hope you guys enjoyed. And Astros go back at work tomorrow at home against the Tigers. Peace out.